Welcome back to Grandia 2. We have defeated the two scorpions. Now we move on our way to Malthus. Hey! So, hello. Killer, what? What's your breakfast? Messing with you late. Ah, you're looking no worse for the wear. This is coming out of your trip. Now be fair, late. I've never put ashore here myself, and we would be here now if it weren't for your young lady there. In any case, prepare to show off. And there we go. With this wind, we are bound for success. Maybe you should clue the rest of us in here, Captain. What the hell are you talking about? Some days they are a strong updraft from the Granages. That's what we got now. We spread the ship sails to catch the updraft, and we glide across the Granages like we little fairy. What? What if we don't make it across? That's why I made you work so hard. It was an air pump. We release the compressed air and fly. Don't just stand there, you will get knocked off. Who's going to steer this dead trap? You got brandless for brains, late. Think what happened when this ship flies. We get to the other side and Balomo. It's sink or swim. That's why she's called 50-50. Huh? Yeah. Woohoo! Wah! Whoa. Woohoo! Home. Is something the matter? How long before we arrive at Garland? What's wrong with you, Rudo? You do not seem pleased to see your home again. If I weren't looking for the divine sword, I would never go home, Ryudo. I don't even want to go home to that miserable place. Why is that? It's your hometown. The village was created to protect an idol. They worshipped it, built it a shrine. Idol? To protect the idol, we trained as swordsmen, aiming to purify our souls and resist evil. That was the idea anyway, until my brother messed everything up. What exactly? Eek! What is it, Sky? Ryudo. There, I see it. Yeah, I see it too, Sky. Well, there it is, Garland. Malthus theme. Showdown. Da-da-dum. Dum, da-da-dum. Da-da-dum. Thank you very much. I think I have finally become used to the sea travel. This time I did not even mind the rolling and sweating. Anyway, I never even imagined that we could fly across the Grandia cliffs. Truly a most remarkable idea. The odds were against us, but we made it. Now the ship's be needing repairs apparently. Captain Baraka, thanks again. Don't mention it. I will be in port a while. When you be done with your business, we are all yours. Yay! Nothing changed. Everything is just as I remember it. What a quiet village. It seems so terribly sad. Been like that for a while. Hey, it's Rito. What the hell is that slumbag doing back here? I see you are hated here, Rito. Tio, that's a terrible thing to say. But, Rito, what's going on? Yeah, he left with his brother. What do you think will happen here? Get out. Yeah, that's right, beat it. Well, isn't the outcast himself? Why are you here, Rito? You know you are not wanted. You don't belong here. I wish I could welcome you home, Ryudo, but the scars of the past are still too fresh and have yet to heal. Ryudo, you are no longer welcome. We desire to forget what happened here. We desire to forget of you and your brother. Now, leave this village. Malthus is here. I can feel it. Malthus? Where? Haven't you two brought us enough misfortune? Don't bother, I'm leaving as soon as I have finished my business here. Very well, then leave the village in peace, but I must beseech you, bring no more misery upon us. Step 1 inch out of line and you will pay, you and your good-for-nothing brother. How horrible. None of this could be Ryudo's fault. It was Malthus who caused all the trouble here, right? Save it, Elena. We do what we came here to do, and we leave. Ryudo, why do they treat you in such a manner? Beats me. But this is your home. What could have possibly happened here that would make everyone treat you like an outcast? Not worth repeating. Stop prying. Have you any suspicion as to where your brother may be? My old home. Begin there. This was our home. There are places to take the hunt. Meet with us at the inn. Come to you. My brother was always better with the blade than anyone else. He would have been a great sword master. How did he came then to be possessed by Valma? You don't understand. Malphus did it to himself. Everything. He arc. To the inn. Margrace and Malphus will be found soon enough. Ryudo. You really think you can kill Malphus, your own brother? I have no brother. Malphus is a demon, and I will kill him. You ran before. How do you expect to deal with him now, especially if he's a demon? No, I will do it. I will kill him myself. I will be sure to inform the chief of your provendo. Stop it, Ryudo. Hiya! Damn it. If you hadn't run away, if you would only fought with me back then, everything would be different. Perhaps, but this is now, and you have no hope of defeating Malphus, and, even if you could, it would not unbend a single blade of grass in this cursed town. Sir, he's right, you know. This village has been beaten, shamed. Just mention of Malphus' name is enough to make us cower in defeat. When the village's greatest swordsman became possessed, we lost not only our sword of justice, but the ideas it stands for. The village of swordsmen. Bah! Justice is something that cannot be stolen. It exists in our hearts. Ideals can never be lost if you believe in them. Bah! What the hell do you know? Go, Ryudo waits. Oh. You want to stay? Marek, how did it go? The scent of Malphus hangs heavy in the air. He is in this village. Of this I am certain. Malphus? We brought Malphus here? Ryudo has nothing to do with Malphus being here. Why you must persecute him? What has he done? This village is doomed. I fear our destruction is at hand. Why do you say this? Elena, forget about it. I do not understand. These are warrior people bound to the blade. Why then do they permit another to trample them underfoot as so many stones along a path? Boy, what the fuck? Marek, their wounds do not pierce their flesh, but rather their hearts. I will let you stay tonight, but you better leave in the morning.
I wonder what happened to Ryudo here. Is this really where he grew up?
Yes.
Miss, do you really want to know what happened to Ryudo?
Who are you?
It does not matter. Do not look outside. Look and I will leave. One more thing. Do not repeat this to anyone.
Sky.
Understand?
All right. Just tell me, what happened?
Known as the Village of Swordsmen, this is where men came to polish their skills and pursue the way of the sword. Malphus and Ryudo were raised by the village chief after they lost their parents when they were young. the two began combat training and soon showed incredible progress. Melphis in particular became the greatest swordsman the village had ever seen.
Here we go, Ryudo. Ha! Not even close.
Ryudo spent all day, every day, practicing with his best friend, Gata. Melphis was admired for being the strongest swordsman in the village. Eventually, Melphis became engaged to the village chief's daughter, Rena. The good-natured Rena was already like a sister to Ryudo.
Like this sword without a cloud,
Like this blade, pure and true.
we shall become swordsmen, strong of heart.
Then, one day, a terrible storm beset the village. From the altar of the idol came an unusual rumbling. The idol was a sword of such terrible power that it could only be wielded by the most powerful swordsman in the world. The sword was believed to protect the village from harm. Rena went to the altar to quiet the angry idol. The villagers waited for Rena to return safely, but hope as they might, the strange rumblings did not cease. No one knew what happened to Rena. Thus began a terrible tragedy. When Rena did not come back, the worried village chief sent Melphis and a few other villagers to investigate. Yet the storm and rumblings only grew worse. Ryudo silently trailed Melphis. And witnessed
Melphis! Rena! Melphis!
Melfi. No. What? Memphis? How could you?
Ryudo wept at the side of the dead Rena. Her body lay as it were, impaled upon the sword of Memphis. The villagers searched the island, but found neither hide nor hair of Memphis. Murderer, idol thief. This is how Memphis was now known. Because of his brother, Ryudo could no longer live in the village. So he came to live as a geohound. That was about 3 years ago.
So up until now, Ryudo has lived bearing his own sorrow like that.
Betrayed by the brother he trusted most, he became leery of ever trusting anyone again.
It must have been hard, being driven into exile, living all alone. The poor thing.
Your understanding that will make it all much easier on him.
Thank you, Sky. That's it. Grail Mountains. We're going to the Grail Mountains. Malthus has to be there. Then let us move. With the silence and certain of the day passing to dust. You're going to Grail Mountain. It became so ugly that no one goes there anymore. We will go to the place where the horns of Valma are seared. Then we will settle this. First we will save. And after the short story episode, you will have again many fights, so I'm gonna leave the episode here. And I will try to finish off Marthas in the next episode when it's not too long. So, see ya!